I don't know how to do that. Is there an X?
Yeah, it's at the top right. There you go.
Got it. Hey guys, how's it going? So today I'm just going to be talking about Red Team at RIT, just how our little student-run organization works. Hopefully inspire some of you guys to come try it out because we're urgently recruiting new people. This slide deck, I don't think you guys can see this. It was written by Kyle Coretto and Micah Martin, not me. I kind of like stole it from Micah, so yeah. So I'm Jim. I'm a fourth, fifth year-ish. I'll be done in December, hopefully. I've done some blue team, some white team, and more recently, red team. This semester, I'm the chief of red team. I do mostly Linux stuff. And if you can't already tell, I don't know, I really don't like public speaking. I've never given a presentation here before. Yeah, so here we go. So what is red team? This is something that gets thrown around in industry a lot. You'll probably see 1,000 different job descriptions that are red team, whatever. So I'm only going to be talking about the context of what it's like here and what we do. So don't be surprised if you've seen other things. Nothing's necessarily right or wrong. It's just how different people use it. So first of all, blue team is like defend, right? Their job is to keep things going, keep things working properly. They're kind of protecting an infrastructure from the red team. So then that means that our job as a red team is to, this slide's honestly, it's not that important. We're there to facilitate the whole event, right? Even though blue teams are competing against each other, we're kind of there to make stuff happen. So we're kind of facilitating the fun. We're making all the good stuff happen. We're getting there, maybe we're breaking services, we're publishing passwords, whatever we're doing. So the main idea is to keep everything going in a nice, smooth fashion. And we want to have access to everything all the time so that we can do what we want and make sure that we keep the competition going and keep everything changing, right? So if someone adapts really quickly to something we did, we want to make sure we still have the ability to change it again, right? So it's kind of like the competition's always layering up, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. And we also, we want to work together, we want to coordinate attacks, and we take all that and put it together so that we can, really the whole point is see who's good at blue teaming, right? And we can kind of make a ranking with all the score and stuff of how well people competed so that they can get prizes and all that fun stuff. So as I said, some other stuff you might see in industry. We usually don't do this, of course, some stuff happens. Accidentally we'll DDoS IRSec or something with Jack's tool. That's occasionally. But we're not really pen testing. We're not out here. We're not exploiting O-days. We don't really do social engineering. There might be some memes and stuff, but it's not really what we're about. So this whole idea is how can we measure people's success? How can we attack them equally, but also, if you attack everyone equally, right, you'll just have a bunch of tiers. So you need to be able to actually differentiate how well people are doing. And the way we can kind of do that is by layering these attacks, right? So you'll start off with something really simple, maybe, and only a few teams get past that. So once you know that, you can kind of target it a little bit more. Maybe these people are a little better than these other people, or not better, sorry, more experienced, something like that, And then, so we just kind of elevate the attacks gradually, and over the course of the competition, there might be 50 different things that we do to try and sort out who's who and who's doing what. So this is all. Yeah, so then at the end, you theoretically have someone who's surmounted more than other people have, right? So you'll have someone that they got past all of your stuff and maybe their service was still up at the end. That's pretty rare, but I think it has happened once. So it's a really hard thing to do, right? We have to be able to keep access to everything all the time. That's the main challenge. That's what most of our work is based around. But then attacking people evenly, it's kind of like a catch-22, right? Where you don't want to focus anyone because it's not fun if some group is sitting there, they don't have anything to do because we're not doing anything to them. And then some other team has everything burning down and they don't, that's not fun either. So it's finding a happy medium where you're not maybe hammering people that still haven't recovered from tier 1, but you're also not focusing any one team. So it's kind of challenging. But the biggest thing next to persistence is leaving a trail, especially you've heard the guys mention IRSec already. It's all about teaching people how to respond to attacks. So they have to know the attack is happening in order to do that. And like we wanted them to be able to see artifacts. Like we're not in there, we're not clearing logs very much. All of our stuff is sitting right there for people to see and report on, just so they can get better at that kind of thing. Because that's what a lot of people are going to be doing out on co-op or in the full-time jobs. And then the other thing, just like documenting. So we do this a lot, especially for IRSec, where at the end we'll come out and talk to people about what we did, and someone might say like, oh, I was really stuck with this thing you did like at lunchtime. Can you show me how you did that? And then we can maybe pull up some log of what we did and show, yeah, here, this is how you would see this is how you would prevent this from happening again, etc. If you're interested in any of our projects, I'm not going to dive into them right now, but you can check out our GitHub. It's RIT Red Team. Just the main idea is that we do infrastructure, which is like making all of our tools work together, right? Kind of a central command for everything so that all of these red teamers and all of our tools can all be going on simultaneously and somewhat smoothly. This is hard, right? Because not only do you have to have like the red team knowledge, you also have to be basically a software engineer, and none of us are that. So it's lots of programming, it's lots of big projects, and a lot of our stuff that we write, to be honest, it's not very good. Like maybe we're writing it in an afternoon or at 4 o'clock in the morning, it's not going to work very well. So kind of like patching everything together is really hard. So this is why we need more people. And also the biggest thing, no one wants to really write infrastructure, right? That's boring. Like the cool stuff is when you're writing malware and implants, like what John was talking about. Like no one wants to sit here and like write secure servers and all that. It's just not very interesting. Yeah. So implants, that's the fun stuff. That's like malware we're actually dropping on boxes. It might execute actions, give us information, let us know what's going on, all that sort of thing. We have a ton of these. We need a ton more. It's like, this is where like the meat of our stuff is. This is what we're doing during competitions always. So now, this is what this presentation is mostly about, right? I'm just trying to recruit people, so please. If you're interested at all, we do kind of have to have a requirement, right? Because you can't really red team if you've never blue teamed. So unfortunately, freshmen, this isn't something that's going to be super available to you. But RVAPT is a fantastic interest group for security. So I was just talking to Will about this before. We're definitely going to be working together a lot. And yeah, so come do that. And so if you've done blue team a few times, and if you've got some availability, this is a pretty big time sink, like spread out through across the semester. Team player, that one's a little bit of a loose requirement, right? Like, basically, it's just, we want to be able to like rely on people towards the end. So if you're going to give it your best effort, yeah, that's pretty cool, I think. So just do that, please. And these desired skills, like this isn't something you have to have, right? Like if you walk into the room not knowing very much, that's completely fine. It's pretty encouraged. A little over a year ago, I didn't really know anything, and Micah kind of showed me everything I needed to know. And I wasn't great right off the bat, and still not great, but it's the best way to learn. And when you're around an entire team of people who are all trying to show you the same thing, right, it's great. Like there's always people to ask questions and all that sort of thing. So yeah, if you like scripting, writing code, if you use computers, the requirements are pretty low, honestly, as long as you have passion, right? Like that's, which we'll talk about more in depth now, yeah. So this is like the only thing that really can't be taught, right? Like you can learn everything there is to know about the Linux and OS and all that stuff, but you gotta just come hang out in the labs, really. That's all it takes. So we'll have like red team meetings and all that kind of stuff. If you like doing security in your free time, like this is something you're gonna like. If you like writing code, figuring out cool things, learning about how stuff works under the hood, breaking it, like that, all that stuff, please, yeah, that'll be fun. So you should come through. So if you are interested in joining, there's a Google form to fill out. Join Red Team, ritsec.club. If you're not sure that you have the skills or whatever, you're a little nervous, doesn't matter, ignore that. Just come talk to us anyway. You can hit me up on Workplace, email me, come talk to me in person at the barbecue or whatever. We're just trying to, ASAP would be great because we're trying to organize an event kind of soon. And we're really looking to get a bunch of new people at that who have never had any experience before. So definitely, get that done as soon as you can if you're interested. We're going to be having not meetings or practices or tryouts. I'm not really sure what the word is for it. I guess just meetings. So if you talk to me, we'll like make a big chat on Workplace or whatever, and we'll figure out a good time for everyone to meet and such. So yeah, I know I blasted through that. But just join Red Team if you think it sounds cool at all. So it's really fun. It's been my best experience at RIT Sec, honestly. Not to diss anything else, but it's great. I mean, Blue Team's fun, but like Red Team is actually fun. Yeah, so any questions? If not, go to this link. Please fill it out. Please join. We need you. Thank you.